You're not the same person as you begin to succeed on this journey of getting a better body, building muscle, getting big, looking great, whatever your goal is around gym, lifting, bodybuilding, etc. You have to physically change, not just on the outside, but on your inside as well. The only factor that's going to allow you to actually make results, make gains, make progress is if your personality changes. Your identity has to change from someone that's trying to go to the gym, trying to get fit, to someone who actually does it and it's part of who they are. Now, there's a fine line here. I don't want you to become a gym incel. I don't want you to become someone whose only personality is about the gym, but you have to see yourself as someone that does this like it's second nature, like it's who they are. And that's where I'm at now. And I'm lucky enough to have, this happened to me by chance and I didn't know about this concept. But if you understand this concept, it's going to become infinitely more likely that you actually achieve your results. So listen up, it's quite important. This isn't a random tip about exercise execution. This is a genuine mindset shift. That's exactly what it is. As soon as you change this about yourself, you will become huge. And it's your identity. My one question that I've got to see if you've got this or not is, who do you see yourself as? Now, if someone asked me this question, I would say, I see myself as a fit, healthy person, lifts quite regularly, etc., right? Does bodybuilding or your lifting or, getting a better physique fall into that question, that answer that you're going to give? And if it does, how do you say it? Because there's a difference between you saying, I'm trying to get fit, and no, I am someone who does exercise. I'm someone who does it. Trying to or does it? Which one are you? Because if you don't say that you do these things and it's not part of who you are, it's not part of your identity, good luck actually staying consistent on it. The secret to consistency isn't any of these tactics, isn't any of these, you do this 4 times a day, or you go to the gym 4 times a week, every week, and you turn your phone on grayscale. Like, they aren't going to get you consistency. It's not the magic little click. Yeah, sure, they're little tactics that help, but the actual big thing, the 80% of what you actually want to do is in your brain. It's who you are. Do you see yourself as someone that does this, or do you see yourself as someone who is trying to impersonate that habit, or trying to impersonate someone that does that thing so then it benefits your life? There's a massive, massive difference. You have to see yourself as the lifter. You have to see yourself as a person that goes to the gym all the time. The gym rat, as I like to say. You have to see yourself as that person. Otherwise, what do you expect? It's not normal for you to do that. So of course you're going to quit. Everyone reverts back to their regular state. And if your regular state isn't someone that's productive, isn't someone that goes to the gym, then you're not going to stay consistent on it. You can only not be yourself. You can only copy someone for so long. You can only fake it for so long. You need to embody this and make it yourself, make it your new identity. And the way you do that is becoming habitual. Humans are habitual creatures. So the more you can make something a habit and the less you have to think about it to do that thing, the more it becomes a natural part of your life. You don't think about it as something you need to do, as something you need to improve on, as something you're trying to get consistent at. No. It's part of who you are. You brush your teeth morning and night. You brush your teeth before you leave the house. Or at least I do anyway. Don't know about you, Discord mods. But it's who you are. If you're a decent human being, that is what you do. It is who you are. And it is very, 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 very unlikely that you will not do that thing because it's part of your identity. Now, what if we change that habit for the gym? How would you begin to do that? Now, think about it. Why is it that you are so consistent at brushing your teeth? Because at face value on paper, they're both just habits. They're both just, you're doing a task every single day. But one you're fucking 100% consistent on. Well, I'd like to think so. And the other one you can't do half as much as what you say you would or you should. What is the difference? The difference is this toothbrush habit you do daily, morning and night, every single day. The fact that it is part of your routine so consistently and so frequent means that it's hard to forget about. It's easier to become a habit because you do it more often. It's very obvious. And then it becomes a part of your life, and then you don't have to think about it. Eventually, over a span of months and years, your parents probably taught you you should brush your teeth morning and night when you were very little, and then after a couple of months you got used to doing it by yourself. And that is the exact same with the gym. You have to have a daily practice that you do that eventually becomes second nature, and now you have that identity. And you know what the funny thing is I don't have to do this daily habitual ritual. I do anyway, because it benefits my life in so many other areas, which we'll talk about in a minute. But eventually it gets to a point where the results you've got now become your identity. You can look up to people and be like, yeah, they're slacking on their cardio. They don't do this, they don't do that. They don't do this daily practice that I'm going to talk about. So how are they jacked? And it's weird, it goes from, there's a certain time in your life where it shifts from the daily practice and you trying to be this new person, you having this new identity, to then the results. People can't look at you and help think you go to the gym. People can't see that you don't. And that's the results. And that gives you that identity then. So now I walk around with all this muscle, like I'm fucking Mr. Olympia. I walk around with this physique and I look in the mirror and it's like, shit, of course that's who I am, because I've got these results to prove it. But you may not have the results to prove it, but you can still have this identity, and it's through daily practices. And I've got two things for you. One, daily cardio. Now, it's a specific type of daily cardio, not just any cardio, because going on the bike doesn't make me feel this way. Going for a run doesn't make me feel this way. Doing hill sprints doesn't make me feel this way. Going on the elliptical doesn't make me feel this way. It's a specific type of cardio. And what it is super slow, like I'm talking zone 2 cardio. Walk on an incline, like 3 speed, 4 speed, 5 speed on a slight incline, 6, 8 incline, 10 incline. That specific form of cardio, for some reason, when I'm doing it, makes me feel like a bodybuilder. That slow cardio about, just getting it in for an hour 45, that makes me feel like a bodybuilder, because you see bodybuilders doing these preps and they always do it. They never run, they never sprint, they never go on the bike. It's always, and even if they do go on the bike, it's always slow, gradual, long cardio with a slight bit of difficulty. And this is great because it's so slow and you're doing it for such a long time, you are getting benefits. You're in zone 2 cardio, you're getting all the cardiovascular benefits. I could go on about this heart disease, less likely to fucking die. But also, it doesn't even feel like you're doing cardio. So it's not like a fucking 4K. Let's see how quick I do 4K, 5K, 6K, 10K. It doesn't feel like you're doing cardio. So it's like you can literally go on your phone on the treadmill, like post to your Instagram, which is literally what I do, by the way. I post on my story, make a video, script a video, and then half an hour's gone by and you don't even fucking realize it. A little tip that I've got, actually, I've just thought of this now. A little tip that I've got for your cardio, right? Take a pump cover to do cardio. I shit you not. Take a pump cover, take your pump cover off, because you're not fucking lifting, so it doesn't really matter, and put it over the timer. For so long I quit cardio like 10, 20 minutes early, because I was looking at the timer being like, fuck, that's moving so slow, and cardio, it can be so much longer, and my legs are killing, I can't do it, and I would just get off the fucking machine. If you cover the timer and just keep yourself busy, listening to music, scripting, recording, whatever the fuck, reading, do whatever you enjoy, it's up to you, right? That's the benefit, that's the fucking best thing about it. You can do whatever you want. Keep yourself entertained, and then I guarantee you'll go and check it and it'll be like, fuck, 5 more minutes passed and I thought this is going really quick. Because you're not looking at a clock and because you don't have this attachment to the time, you're not going to want to quit, because you'll keep busy doing something you enjoy, like, I don't know, music or whatever. And when you're not looking at the time, it moves faster. When you look at a clock and you hear them ticks, time moves so much slower. You know this, right? You know that. So covering the clock is just that little trick. And it'll move so much quicker and it'll be so much easier to stay consistent at. And it's so much less fucking boring, Christ. That slow form of cardio makes me feel like a bodybuilder. And I don't know why. Maybe it's me walking on the treadmill, like I'm looking down, I think, fuck, this is what bodybuilders do, I'm doing the same thing. That daily practice, and doing it every single day at 12 o'clock, whenever you can fit it into your routine, it's going to be so valuable. You're going to then every day remind yourself, I'm a bodybuilder doing cardio. Not even necessarily a bodybuilder. I am someone who's a lifter, trying to get a really nice physique, doing cardio so I can achieve that. And that daily validation from yourself that you are doing that habit is then going to eventually become second nature. And then eventually, in a few months, you're going to be like, yeah, I do cardio because I lift. And now you've got the identity, and now you're never going to quit. It's part of who you are. So many people come to me like, how are you staying consistent in the gym for like 4 years now? Like, how have you done it? You're like 19, you've just turned 19. How have you gone to the gym for like a quarter of your life already? And it's like, well, that's what I am. That's what I do. And that's the goal. That's the thing that I want you to get you to. For you to answer like that, it's what I do. It's how I live. It's who I am. Right? And this doesn't have to become your whole personality, but you just know subconsciously that, yes, that is what I do. I'm jacked. I don't know, eventually, right? Like, have a bit of fucking, I know, fuck it, I can say that. I'm fucking jacked, right? I am. I've just turned 19. I think my physique's fucking class. Hopefully my editor picks a good photo to put over the top to prove it. I hope so. Yeah. And you can get to this point as well. It's who you are. And the second thing that I've got is fucking sick. It takes 5 seconds. Wake up in the morning and weigh yourself fasted. But the mindset is important, because you can fall into a different type of identity depending on how you think about it, right? So like, single mums step on the scale and weigh themselves and like, oh, I've gained weight again, I'm trying to lose weight, and nothing changes, right? Because they obsess over the number on the scale. But if you step on the scale and instead of you thinking, right, my weight needs to go down, you've got 2 options. If your weight goes down, I want you to think, right, am I at the right rate of weight loss? For some reason, that little mindset, am I at the right rate of weight loss? Sorry, that is a fucking tongue twister and a half. Am I at the right rate of weight loss? When I think about that, I think, right, I'm now all of a sudden this like bodybuilder. This is just my brain. You don't have to always link it back to bodybuilders, but you can just, I'm a lifter. I'm someone who's trying to improve their physique. I'm this bodybuilder who's, tracking how much they're losing weight to see if they're not losing muscle at the same time. And that gives me that affirmation that I have that bodybuilder identity, because I'm emulating what habits they do. And if you do this over a long period of time, it will become second nature. So if you've lost weight, you will think, right, I'm at a good rate of weight loss here. Or maybe you're not, and you're like, right, I'm not at a good rate of weight loss, because that's the key. The result doesn't actually matter. That's why obsessing over the result doesn't do anything. It's just that mindset of you emulating something that you are trying to become, that already do, that will then get you to have that identity. Am I at a right rate of weight loss? Should I up my calories or reduce my calories? It's just a quick thought. You don't have to, fucking think about it all day and become a full-time job. It's just a quick thought to get you in that mindset and affirmation that you are who you say you are. You are a bodybuilder. You are someone that is improving their physique. You are someone that is building a dream fucking physique. That's you, right? And if the weight goes up, you're like, oh shit, the weight's gone up. It's probably just water weight. And the fact that you said to yourself, right, I know about water weight, I know about weight fluctuations, means that I have then got enough knowledge to become the person that I want to be. Boom. It gets you in that right mindset and identity of, I am a bodybuilder, I am a lifter, I am someone that goes to the gym, I am someone that is fit, healthy, has a good physique. Even if you don't, that's the key. The results don't matter. You can always just spin it in a way where you think, yeah, I've got the identity of the thing that I'm trying to become. And it needs to be daily, because if it's not daily, you will forget about it. I just did a short on this before, intention. I talk about intention a lot. Having mini goals within your sessions is a module in my fucking course. Check it, first link in the description. I think it's a fucking bargain, by the way. I have a module in my course about intention. Allocating your mind to a mini goal so you can improve in that specific session, making sure your form's great, making sure your tempo is great, making sure everything's great. You're not like just daydreaming and letting time pass and not really focusing, because focus goes a long way in the gym, even though you don't think it does. That's why when you go to revise after training, right, this is why I suggest, right, to revise before you lift. Focus is a huge part, because you'll try and revise or learn something new, like for your A-levels, for example, after your gym session, and you'll struggle, because it takes a lot of mental bandwidth to train, because it requires high focus. So focus is important. Intention, right? I talk about it all the time. And this is one thing, because I haven't done it in so long, you forget about the concept. Even though I teach about it, by the mind, even though I teach about it, so it's even more for me, I still forget about it. And now I remember, shit, I've got to have intention. I need to stop daydreaming, etc., etc. I'll have better sessions. And I remind myself, and then I'll get consistent on it again. But it needs to be a daily practice. So I need to incorporate intention daily so I don't forget about it. That's why it needs to be daily, because you need to constantly remind yourself, this is who you are, this is who you are, this is who you are, and then eventually eventually it becomes second nature. So that's the lesson I wanted to give you today. Have the identity of someone that goes to the gym by doing the 2 daily practices. Daily cardio, obviously for the other benefits of like fucking, you literally less likely to die, right? That's a pretty fucking convincing point. And then also weigh yourself, but don't obsess over the weight. Spin it in a way where you know a bit of knowledge about the weight. Am I at a right rate of weight loss, or is my weight fluctuating because of water weight? If you spin it in that way, you will now start to think like you have the identity of a bodybuilder or a lifter or someone with a good physique, and you will then eventually never quit the gym. It'll become second nature, just like it is for me. This shit is fucking powerful. So powerful. And then eventually you'll have the results to then prove to yourself every time you look in the mirror, shit, I am someone that goes to the gym because look at me, I'm fucking huge. You're gonna have that soon, and you're gonna fucking love it. You're never gonna quit. Just do these daily practices. Weigh yourself cardio every single day. Weigh yourself fasting in the morning. As soon as you wake up, it takes 5 seconds, put your scale by your fucking sink. So every time you go to brush your teeth, the scale's there. You have to step onto it to brush your teeth. Check your weight, boom, done. Cardio, just do it straight after the gym. Don't do it before, do it after the gym. Cardio, you're already there, you might as well do it. That slow speed with a slight incline, perfect. You will have the identity of a gym goer, and you will become jacked. You will not have a struggle with consistency ever again. Finally, just check out my course in the description, bro. I have so much fucking good advice like this. I think it's a steal. You have direct message access to me, people that are on the same journey, because your friends, you can't get into the gym, so you feel like you're singled out or bullied for going to the gym, or people make fun of you because you wanted to wear that one compression top. Happens to me, happens to fucking everyone. I think it's a fucking steal. So go and check that out when you want to get absolutely huge. I've got a leg day today after work. Please fucking help me. I will lock in on this leg day, have a bit of intention, and I'm gonna get massive. Without further ado, bro, have a good session. Hopefully yours is not a leg day, and I will see you later.